Okay, good morning. So, ang topic natin for this video is about leveling. Okay? So, syempre, unang part is definition of terms. Syempre, bago tayo mag-dive sa mga problem solving is, paliwanag muna natin kung ano yung concept ng leveling. Okay. So, in definition, leveling is an operation in surveying performed to determine the difference in levels of 2 points. So, kung yung last topic natin deals with horizontal distances, dito we are dealing with vertical distances. Okay? So, this operation, the height of a point from a datum known as elevation is determined. Okay. So, ang sabi dito, operation daw to para malaman yung difference ng level between 2 points. Okay? Pero ganito yan. Ito yung mga instrument na ginagamit dyan. You have the leveling staff and you have the automatic level or kung ano bang instrument na pwede mong gamitin para tanawin kung ano yung makikita mo dun sa leveling staff. Okay, so let's discuss further kung ano ba yung purpose ng leveling. So ganito. Let's say meron tayong terrain. And then, let's say you have this point A. And you also have this point B. Okay? So, let's say si point A, alam mo yung elevation niya. Paano mo nalaman yung elevation niya? Mamaya paliwanag natin. So, let's say ang elevation nito is 300 meters. Nabanggit ko na or napaliwanag ko na kung anong ibig sabihin ng elevation dati. Okay, i-recap na lang natin ulit. Pag sinabi nating elevation, ang reference line niyan, elevation 0 is the mean sea level. Kung ano man yung level ng tubig sa dagat, that is elevation 0. So, pag sinabing the point A is at elevation 300 meters, ibig sabihin that place or that point is 300 meters above sea level, above mean sea level. Okay? So, let's say alam mo yung elevation ni point A. Ngayon, gusto mong malaman kung gaano kataas ba si point B o ano yung elevation niya. Yun yung purpose ng leveling. Para malaman natin kung ano yung difference in level between 2 points. Pero sa leveling, dapat meron kang isang point na reference. Okay? Hindi pwede na mag-leveling ka na wala kang kahit anong alam na elevation sa mga points na in-establish mo. Paano ka magsisimula nun kung wala kang reference? Hindi pwede. Dapat meron ka lagi netong known point na to. May term tayo dyan. Mamaya kapaliwanag natin kung anong tawag dyan. Okay? So, kung problema natin kung paano natin susukatin to, yun yung mga methods ng leveling na ituturo natin at kukumputin dito sa topic na to. Okay? So, yun. Yan ang purpose niya, to determine elevations and to determine difference in level or difference in elevation. Okay. So, definition of terms. Ito rin ata yung kanina. Okay. So, height. Elevation, nabanggit ko na rin. Level line. Ito, bihira na natin marinig, pero at least alam niyo ibig sabihin ng level line. When you say level line, that is a line parallel to the sea level. So, if the sea level is round, syempre, because the earth is round, then, yung level line is also curved. Okay? Ayan. Ito yung horizontal line, which is horizontal. Okay? O, ibig sabihin, tangent from the earth. O, tangent at a point of the earth. Tapos, ito naman yung level line. Okay? Pantay or parallel sa mean sea level. Next term is benchmark. Ano ba yung benchmark? Okay? So, this is something, ito yung generic na definition niya. This is something that serves as a standard by which others may be measured or judged. This is a standard. Ibig sabihin, this is a reference. Okay? So, balikan natin example kanina. Sabi ko, when you are leveling, kailangan meron kang isang point na alam mo yung data tungkol sa kanya. Alam mo yung elevation niya. Okay? So, ito yun. Ito yung tinatawag nating benchmark. Pag sinabi nating benchmark, those are the places na predetermined yung elevation. Saan galing yun? That is the work of geodetic surveyors o geodetic engineers. Okay? So, naglalagay sila ng benchmark para kapag kailangan nilang gumawa ng other survey dun sa lugar, meron na silang reference point. No, kadalasan ng mga benchmark ay nasa bakal or nasa bato, kung saan hindi sila madaling, let's say, baka bumagyo, ma-displace, mawala, hanginin. nilalagay sila sa isang lugar kung saan hindi sila maaalis. Kasi that is a reference. So, dapat matatag yun. Dapat credible yung mga data na nandoon sa benchmark. Okay? So, yan. Katulad nito. Sabi, this is, US Coast and Geodetic Survey benchmark. So, ang elevation ng lugar na to ay elevation 34. Okay? So, ayan. Above mean sea level. Ano to? $250 fine or imprisonment. Sorry. Wala pala yun, sorry. Bawal yan galawin. Okay? Kasi nga, public reference yan. Okay, next. Term is height of instrument. When you hear the height of instrument na term, ito may isip mo. Babasahin mo, paliwanag muna natin kung anong papasok sa isip ng marami pag narinig nilang height of instrument. So, let's say meron tayong rough terrain ulit. Okay? Tapos, let's say this is point A na lang. And sabi nga natin kanina, point A is 300 meters above sea level. Parang ito to. Yan. That's the same point A. Tapos, let's say nag-set up ka ng automatic level dito. So, this is your instrument. Okay? This is your tripod. Okay. So, ayan. Ang may isip karamihan ng height of instrument ay ito. Gaano kataas yung ganyan kataas. Ito nga ba ang height of instrument? Okay, sagutin natin. Excuse me. Hindi yan. Hindi yan ang height of instrument na tinutukoy natin dito sa leveling. Basahin muna natin yung definition. So, the height of instrument is the vertical height of the line of collimation of the instrument above the station above which it is centered or above a specified datum level. Okay. So, other term is height of collimation. Okay? Yung collimation, collimate, this is a verb, and sabi accurately align. So, height of collimation is the elevation. So, ibig sa elevation din. Elevation of the optical axis of the telescope at the time of setup. Okay, so, syempre, sabi nga natin, kapag ka nagle-leveling tayo, the sight is always horizontal. So, let's say ito yung line of sight ng instrument. Okay, let's say this is 300 meters. Okay, tapos itong sukat na to, itong kanina, nabura ko yung let's say, ang pagkakatayo mo dun sa tripod plus yung telescope ay let's say 1.20 meters. Mababa yan. Okay? Baka yung classmate mo maliit ang gumagamit. Lang pangit kasi. Yeah, 1.20 meters. Okay? So, ano yung height of collimation natin or ano yung height of instrument natin? Yung height of collimation, sabi nga kanina, or height of instrument is also an elevation. That is an elevation of the line of sight. So, ibig sabihin, if point A is 300 meters, let's say this is point A, this is 300 meters, tapos you set up your instrument na 1.20 meters above the ground ang line of sight, then yung height of, ito yung height of collimation mo. Okay? The height of the line of sight from the mean sea level. So, ibig sabihin, in this case, ang height of instrument natin is 301.20 meters. Okay? So, yan ang height of instrument or height of collimation natin. 301.20 meters. Tandaan mo, ang height of instrument o ang height of collimation, ang tinitignan niyan is kung gaano kataas yung line of sight mo from the datum line. Okay? So, yun. Next term is backsight. Okay? Backsight is a reading of the leveling rod in its unchanged position when the leveling instrument has been taken to a new position or a sight directed backward to a previous station. Tingnan niyo yung setup. Actually, medyo literal yung backsight at saka foresight. Dalawa kasi yan backsight and foresight. Pag sinabi mo backsight, tingin ka sa likod. Pag sinabi mong foresight, look forward. Okay? Pag sinabi mo backsight, ganito yan. Yung instrument mo, nakaset up in between 2 points. Okay? Tapos, titingin ka dun sa likod. Okay? Ang nakalagay dito, benchmark. Okay? Pag ang tinatanaw mo ay yung station na alam mo na yung elevation, backside ang tawag dun. Pag ang sinisilip mo naman ay yung station na hindi mo pa alam yung elevation, foresight ang tawag dun. Okay? Yun ang pinagkaiba niya. Ulit. Kasi ito nga, instrument, pwede mo naman ikot-ikutin eh. Okay? Pagka ang sinisilip mong leveling rod o leveling staff ay nakalagay dun sa point kung saan alam mo yung elevation, that is called backside. Okay? Kapag ka naman ang sinisilip mo ay yung leveling staff na nakalagay doon sa point kung saan hindi mo pa alam yung elevation, ang tawag doon ay foresight. Okay? So, yun lang ang pinagkaiba niya. Mamaya mas ma-appreciate niya pagka nag-discuss tayo ng computation. Hindi nagbago yung figure. The next term is foresight, which napaliwanag ko na. Ang sabi dito, foresight is a reading taken on a position of unknown coordinates. Katulad nga na sinabi ko kanina. Ang sinisilip mo is yung lugar na hindi mo pa alam kung gaano kataas o hindi mo pa alam kung ano yung elevation. Okay? Kasi we are moving forward to determine things. We are moving forward para mas marami kang malaman na elevation. So, kapag hindi mo pa alam yung sinisilip mo, that's foresight. Kapag alam mo na yung sinisilip mo, that's backside. Tingin sa likod yun. Okay? So, yan. Since the survey progresses from a point of known positions to point of unknown positions, a foresight is a reading looking forward. So, ano siya? Literal lang. Okay? Next is turning point. Okay? A turning point is a station, either temporary or permanent, that is used as a pivot between sequential instrument positions. Since a turning point is used to extend the primary survey, its elevation must be precisely recoverable. Pag tinagalag mo yung turning point, ano yun? Parang point kung saan kaliliko. Diba? Parang point kung saan ka mag-change na direction. Pariwag natin mamaya pagka tayo. Differential leveling. Okay? Yung turning point na yan, halimbawa ganito. Tignan ko example. Let's say, okay, ito ka. Ito yung isang area. Oops. Okay. Let's say this is station A. That's station A. Then another is station B. Okay. Tapos gusto mong let's say alam mo yung elevation ni A. Let's say elevation 300 ulit to. Okay, elevation 300. Itong rectangle na to o itong rectangle na yan is parang plane. Okay? Okay. Tapos let's say gusto mong kunin yung elevation ni point B. Syempre, hindi mo pa alam yung elevation nun. Kaya, gagawin mo, magsa-set up ka ng instrument dito sa gitna nila. Tandaan nyo, ang instrument hindi sineset up sa stations. Ang instrument ay sineset up in an intervisible points between two stations. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin intervisible? Ibig sabihin, kita si point A, kita si point B. Okay? So, kung walang obstacle dito sa gitna, di simple leveling lang siya. Isang setup lang ng instrument ang gagawin mo. So, gagawin mo, setup ka lang ng instrument dito, backside ka kay point A, tapos foresight ka kay point B, kuha mo na kung ano yung elevation ni point B. Tama? Paano kung mayroong obstacle sa gitna? Paano kung lawa pala ito? Okay? Halimbawa, this is a lake. Okay? Di hindi ka makakapag-setup ng instrument dito sa gitna. Okay? So, mahirap mag-intervisible points dito mahirap mag-setup ng instrument in between A and B. So, medyo challenge yun. Okay? So, hindi. Ibahin natin. Kasi ang lawa hanggang dito lang. Ayan. Bura-bura. Ayan. Let's say ang lake ay hanggang dyan lang. Ayan. Ayan lang. Ayan. Ayan yung lake. So, ano gagawin mo para makapag-leveling ka? Gagawa ka ng turning point. Gagawa ka ng parang intermediate point between A and B. So, dalawang setup ng instrument ang gagawin mo. Okay? Setup ka dito. Itong point niyan, visible si point A and visible yung turning point mo. Okay? Backside, foresight. Then, lipat ka ng pwesto. Lipat ka dito sa may point kung saan visible si turning point at saka si point B. Yun yung gamit ng turning point. Kapag kailangan mo mag-change ng direction due to obstacle. Okay? So you have the benchmark, the point of known elevation. You have point P, which elevation is to be determined. And then since may obstacle sa gitna, we have to set up intermediate stations. Okay? Kung liliko ka, that's turning point. Okay? O kahit hindi kadalasan, kahit hindi ka liliko, kahit isang linya lang, basta intermediate station siya between 2 points o between points of kailangan mang survey, ang tawag din turning points. Okay? Bawa meron dito, may Snorlax. May Snorlax dyan sa gitna. O hindi ka makakapag-survey dyan. Yun, kailangan mo mag-turning point. Okay? So, that's the use. Types of leveling, may bukod tayong videos para dito. Direct leveling, under direct leveling, we have simple and differential, we have profile, we have reciprocal. Number 2 is barometric leveling. Number 3 is trigonometric leveling and stadia leveling. And number 4 is two-peg test. Ano yung mga nakapula, sir? Yung mga nakapula, yan yung gagawin ko ng computations and sample problems. Okay? Sir, but yung number 3 wala na. Yung number 3, hindi ko na sinama kasi nagawa na natin yan. Okay? Yung stadia leveling, yung nakatingala yung stadia mo, then you have to determine the vertical distance by plus minus, makakarating ka sa elevation ng kasunod na point. That's stadia leveling. Okay? Trigonometric leveling is simply the use of a trigonometric function. Sa kuan lang, so katawa lang. So, hindi ko nasasama. So, yan. Okay, so itong tatlo, huwag kayong matakot dyan. Kasi, since under lang sila ng isang parang subtopic, direct leveling, pare-parehas ng concept yan. Okay? Kaya huwag matakot dyan. Kahit tatlo sila, pare-parehas sila ng concept. Barometric leveling, when you say barometric, we are speaking about the atmospheric pressure. Tama? And, syempre, ang ginagawa natin dyan, ganito. Actually, diba, syempre, bawa nasa bundok ka. Okay? Sa taas ng bundok, manipis ang atmosphere. So, ibig sabihin, there is a maliit na column lang ng air ang dumadagan sa bundok. Kaya kapag ka nasa bundok ka, pakiramdam mo parang sasabog yung eardrums mo. Parang hinihigop yung eardrums mo. Kasi the atmospheric pressure is low. Whereas dito sa baba, o let's say dun sa normal na elevation, o di normal lang. Okay? Inaalam natin yung difference in barometer reading dito at saka dito. Then, dina-determine natin kung ano yung difference ng level. Ano lang, that's barometric leveling. Two-peg test, tuplawan ko sa inyo pagdating dun sa example. Okay, so let's cut the video muna para hindi masyado mahaba.